Well, deep in the patch notes, we had a buff happen to the Whisperer, and I gotta say, it feels so good to have this thing back. And if you're not familiar with the history of the Whisperer, it was actually bugged right when it started out. You couldn't get back-to-back rages. I mean, I think you could get a couple, but not like we actually saw inside the game. And then later when they came out with, I think, the Guild Wars patch, they fixed it, and that's when everybody found out, hey, we could just use rage daggers and get this thing going with a continuous amount of rages. And of course, that caught a lot of eyes because people were blasting through things, and that's when we had the 3 rage limit attached to this Whisperer. Now, I'm not one to cry, but when this happened, I was crying inside because it did make the Whisperer feel pretty weak. And not to lie to you, I was kind of going and buffing this thing up in my own head saying it's a lot better than it actually was. I mean, it was still decent, but if you were to go and get a thing like Rage Combo, it really wasn't serving you any purpose at all. But now the devs have released that limit cap, meaning we could once again have unlimited rages, but there is a little bit of a kicker on this. They now adjusted the Rage Dagger that once you go and get a couple of rages out, the Rage Dagger isn't gonna pump as much rage back into your meter. So I went in today, got myself about 6 rages in a single round, and that seems to be pretty solid, but I know some people are getting 7, 8, maybe even 9 or more. Now the way to do this is obviously go and get as many daggers as you can. If you can get all 5 of them, that's great. But the big one we really want to try to get is the Rage Dagger. And if you get lucky enough to go to the stone statue and get that Rage Dagger upgrade to the next one where you're going to have better chances of adding 25 rage every single dagger hit, you're in pretty good shape right there. But there's still some more things you can do. Obviously, we want to get that mythic skill dagger combo. I probably should have said that before I said that's all you need, but that's going to be another huge one, doubling up all your daggers. But the other one that's really going to help out on this is going to be rage proficiency. That's going to be your basic attacks will go and add 25 rage to your meter. Although the damage will get decreased on it. If you get the next level of that, you won't lose any damage, but that's going to be the other one to pair up. And this is why I really like to do a combo counter build with the Whisperer. But combo mastery might not be a bad idea to go to. It's not needed for this, but we all know it's definitely going to help. But just figure every combo or counter that you get is giving that meter some energy, and then every dagger that's going out has a really decent chance of those things filling it. This thing just ends up being a non-stop rage attack. But like I said, eventually those daggers do fall off a little bit, so you might find yourself sitting where between 6 to 10 rages. And in case you forgot, every time you crit with that Whisperer, that'll throw out another 2 daggers, and then every time that rage pops, there's going to be another 3 daggers from that. So it's pretty much like a machine gun, especially at this ×4 speed. Absolutely nuts, and I'm so happy that they did this again. So does that make the Whisperer the best weapon inside the game? I cannot comment on that, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you want to know the most shocking thing to come to this update, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.